Coaching with AirPods, Apple AirPods. Now, this is not an endorsement for Apple AirPods. However, if they send me a couple of free pair, it could be. So you take these Apple AirPods, all right? And let's see, let me get a real pair of them. This is what a real pair looks like. So you get a pair of these Apple AirPods there. All right, now I got this idea from a player that I coach, a very special player. So I'm coaching them up. Actually, prior to coaching them up, about a year and a half ago, I got a complaint from the parent that that my player, and it was from their parents, that my player played a match. Now, of course, it's their child, but it's my player. My player played a match with some AirPods in. So what my player did was they got their AirPods and they put one in one ear, one in the other, and they played a match. So they played a match, or he played a match, or my player played a match with the AirPods in, listening to some music. Okay, so that's what they did. So it took me a while to figure this out. So recently, what I did was I coached up my player, and my player is like a UTR level 10, and my player played a UTR 10.5. Actually, someone who coaches at our club. So anyway, so I took the AirPods, and I took mine, and I put them in my ear, like so. All right, so I put mine in my ear, and this is called AirPod coaching. So I put mine in, and then I had my player put one in their ear, and then once they put their AirPod in, they used their cell phone, and my player called me. So the way it worked is I coached my player. My player normally loses routinely against this person, 6'3", 6'4". So I'm going to coach them up using my AirPods. So the way it went is now I can have direct communication as the match is going along. So it's something like college tennis, but college tennis, you can coach at any time. However, there are times that you would disrupt play. In this situation, I could always be the voice. So I was trying to use my experience and expertise to instill it into my player to compete against someone that they haven't really won against yet. So the match starts off. So I'm talking to my player. Okay, I'm in coach up mode. So okay, let's hit the flat serve down the tee. The reason I want you to hit the flat serve down the tee, I want you to get loose. So let's start shooting some rockets here. I don't want my player to be too conservative. So I would coach him up, a serve wide, here flat tee. Slice wide to the deuce side, and so forth. And each time I would do it, I would certainly give my player some quiet, and I would press the mute button on my phone so that way they wouldn't hear everything that I was saying or all the noise. So the match, and then on the return of serve, I was like, okay, let's return like Djokovic. Let's return down the middle of the court. We call that the three. We're kind of in 7-shot tennis mode, so we call that the three. And then let's go cross court to the 4 and stay in the rallies. And so forth. So I'm coaching them up where to start off the point. And then sometimes we got into the competitiveness of it was, okay, let's be alert. Your player looks like they're getting ready to check out. So let's be really alert and really compete here, because if we can compete here, it can become easier later. So I was given everything that I could from the player experience and so forth. So my player saves off a couple of break points. Match gets tied. It's 3-3. Now the opponent's serving for the match at 5-4, or for the set 5-4. So I'm telling my player, okay, hey, let's just return. Return back down the middle, and go cross court. Boom, my player breaks. Now it's 5-all. So at some point, this isn't my player's match, it's my match, it feels like. But anyway, so at 5-all, my player, terrible game, 4 unforced errors. Made the opponent play maybe 6 balls. The game lasts maybe 2 minutes. All right. So now my player's down 6-5 in the set. So I had to, I was really kind of pissed, and I wanted to say, how could you do that, man, at 5-all? That's impossible to do something like that. And I should have done a better job. I should have slowed them down. They're playing too fast. I mean, we had to get into some grinding points. And when I say grinding points, I'm talking about 4 to 6 neutral balls is what I was looking for. Anyway, he failed at it. I failed at it. We all failed. So anyway, 6-5 down. So then we break back. Now it's 6-all. Now we get in the tiebreaker. We got set point, or I got set point, or my player has set point. Let's just say I have set point. Decent point, but unforced error. So I said to myself, man, if my player gets set point again, I'm going to have him serve and volley. So at 8-7 in the tiebreaker, my player's got set point. Hey, serve and volley. Kick it wide to the ad side and just run, get on top of the net and volley into the open court. If it's low, volley back to him. Well, anyway, my player double faulted. That's what happened. My player double faulted right in the middle of the net. And so anyway, we lost the tiebreaker 11-9, I believe. Anyway, so the point being is we had a very good coaching experience. I wasn't talking about let's move, let's try, here we go. Not superficial coaching, real stuff. And I was owning it because I felt like I lost at the end. And pretty much the player that beat us kind of looked at us like, hey, I just beat both of y'all. But I also learned some things because sometimes on a couple occasions my player missed the first serve and then made a verbal comment like, oh, I got to make that, or oh, I can't believe I missed it, something like that. And then my player double faulted. So I learned, hey, you got to shut up. You got to can't talk negative. You don't talk at all. Just stay in the moment. And then I could also tell by the way my player was hitting the ball, they were a little restrictive. I could hear the breathing go, and it was kind of restrictive. It wasn't like it was a grunt, and it wasn't breathing out like long breath, long stroke, some of that Jim Lair stuff. It was none of that. So I go, okay, I got to coach him up on some breathing. So point being is, man, AirPod coaching can really be beneficial to a player where a coach can use their expertise and experience to really, we use that expression sometimes, hey, I wish I could get in your head here and so forth. Well, actually you can. Get you some AirPods, put them in your ears, put one into your player's ears, and boom, there you go. Let's just call it millennial coaching. AirPod coaching. Check it out.